Hey y'all, it's your girl Misha, and I'm back with another word from the Lord. Okay, before we get into the word, I got some news. And it's crazy because not this previous Sunday, but last Sunday, my pastor was like, good news. Because we was in Luke chapter 4. And something about good news stuck with me throughout the week. And after that, I went on my fast. That following Wednesday, I went on my fast up until Sunday. Was it Tuesday to Sunday or Wednesday to Sunday? I just know it was a 4-day fast. But yeah, okay. And today, all of a sudden, on my business, I was getting ready to come out with a word, which I'm going to share that same old word with y'all probably in another video or maybe later on in this video. Just stay tuned, you'll know. Depending on how long it take me to say what I need to say with on my heart or whatever. It's crazy because that stuck with me. And what just happened to me made me think about it. So, the Lord is so working in so mysterious ways. Like, I don't know, the Lord just really been speaking to me. And I never knew that the Lord could speak to me in the way that he did. But he had to really sit me down and break me down so that I can be a listener. Because me, I'm the type of person, I don't claim myself to be a prophet, a prophetess, or nothing like that. But I do feel like I'm a seer. Because I'm a visualizer. I get vision with, not in no psychic behind way. But, like, I see things. I'm very observant. I have a high intuition. And I can discern really well. And I have a high sense of imagination. Some of it be real. Most of it be real. But y'all get what I'm getting at. The ones that get it, they get it. But yeah, like, okay, so the Lord is so, I love God. Thank you, God. Thank you. It's like, okay, so I was in the shower and I'm just minding my business and God just said, you have been promoted. And I'm like, God, I'm self-employed. How can you promote me if I'm already self-employed and I'm the only employee in my business? You know? I was like, okay. He was like, no, I have promoted you back to discipleship. I said, see, y'all done missed it already. I said, you promoted me to discipleship. He said, I promoted you back to discipleship. I said, Lord, I never knew I was a disciple to begin with. Discipleship. I was like, how do you talking about me? You really talking to me, Lord? Is this me in my own mind or is this you really talking to me? And the Lord says, me, I have promoted you. You have proven yourself to be worthy again. And when I tell y'all, Lord, I started bawling. I started crying. Because I'm like, what? You know, sometimes when God speaks to you, like, I don't know if it's just me. Sometimes you feel delusional. You don't want to seem like you're getting in your own way or getting ahead of yourself. But I'm claiming it. And I was like, Lord, I can't preach like Kobe. Y'all don't know me and y'all don't know. But Kobe is my pastor. I was like, I can't preach like Kobe. How am I be a disciple? He said, don't even worry about it because it'll come to you. You just have proven yourself to be worthy. It's your natural inheritance. He said, I chose you a long time ago. I've been chose you for this position. You just went astray. But you have been, I'm trying not to get emotional. You have been rounding up the people. You have been putting out the word. You have been putting in the work. You have really transformed yourself, and you have proven yourself to be worthy again. I was like, me, the introvert, the black sheep. He said, yes, you. I've been chose you. You went astray. So in this season, I'm just so grateful. And I'm also grateful for the things that God is getting ready to do in my life. And it just made me think about when the pastor said good news, but hold on. You know, he went to telling what was going on. Then again, as it went on about the good news, it was in the part where, it was a part in the Bible when Jesus was like, the Spirit of the Lord is upon me. Like, you know, I was just talking about it in my video the other day. You know how sometimes stuff don't resonate with you right then and there, but later on, it spins the block and it resonates with you. That's how I feel right now. That's how I feel. I didn't feel like right at that moment it was for me. But now, I'm like, darn, it was meant for me to hear that word. I highly encourage y'all to read Luke chapter 4, 18 through 24. I would say 18. My bad, y'all. I don't know. But yeah, like, I'm so excited about the things God is getting ready to do in my life. And it's crazy because God was still, when he was talking to me, he was still saying, like, I've been putting it in your face. I've been gave you this. I've been told you it was your inheritance and you're about to reclaim your inheritance. So I'm like, my family ain't got none. What inheritance? My family's broke. You know what I'm saying? And you know, so I'm like, and then it's crazy because when I was in my wilderness, well, when I was failing my appointment with the devil in my wilderness, because look, let's be realistic. We all go through things. Ain't none of us perfect. And I'm here to let you know, like, my life ain't perfect. I just got back on my spiritual journey with God. You know what I'm saying? I done seen some days. Later on, I might want to share with y'all my testimony and my story. But right now, you're going to get what I give you. But yeah, like, he had already gave me. It's crazy because y'all might judge me after I say this. Like, when I was astray, if you will, I had got this reading done. I'm sorry, y'all. I had got this reading done from this girl. You know, supporting local people and stuff like that. And it's like, she was telling me about this inheritance. She said, I don't know where this inheritance come from, but you're getting ready to reclaim your inheritance. Anything that was taken from you, you getting ready to receive. And it's crazy. And I just spoke on this yesterday. And like, maybe I know I was talking to somebody else, but I was talking to me too. I didn't even know it. And it's crazy because God is breaking it down and he's giving it to me. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Like, me? Because, you know, like, and then again, when I was getting read, I'm like, some bullshit, tell me whatever she want to tell me. But it's crazy. God will use anybody. It go to show God can and he will use anybody. And I'm thankful that I'm thankful that it was said and it giving me reassurance. But at the same time, I'm glad I'm not the person that I used to be. It's crazy. It be out here, y'all. God, that's crazy. I don't even know what it means to be a disciple. You know what I'm saying? I got to really look into it and, well, I do, but, you know, like, I'm obedient. I feel like I'm obedient enough. I know how to say no to things. I don't say no to things. I've been telling people the word. I've been spreading the word of God, Jesus. You know, I've been doing all that. That's why he said, you've been doing the works. You have proven yourself to be worthy. And I said, God, I accept your invitation. I don't know what it takes, Lord, but I have a feeling you gonna guide me. I'm ecstatic. I'm ecstatic and I'm excited about the things that God is getting ready to do in my life. We had 10 minutes or so. So, okay. The word of the day is gonna be titled from the storm I don't know. I'm going to title it. It's in my notes on my phone, but I done forgot it and I ain't write it down. I should have wrote it down in my notebook. But yeah, like, it was in Genesis 8:13, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it always called, okay, from the flood to a fresh start. I did write it down because I did talk about it on my podcast, but I felt like when I was trying to do the podcast thing, I wasn't being true and authentic to myself. I was reading notes that I had put together in a more professional manner, and like, that ain't me. Like, I'm me. Like, it's hard to explain by saying that I'm me, by saying I'm me. The ones that get it, they get it. You know what I'm saying? My personality is different than some people. But yeah, like, and when I write in a more professional manner. But yeah, like, from a flood to a fresh start. And this brings back to Genesis 8:13 when Noah was in the ark. And he had been in the ark for like a year and some change. More or less. They don't really know. The story always, But, and at that moment, Noah had taken the coverings off the ark. And when he took the coverings off the ark, behold, was dry land. It had been raining for so long, but in spite of it being raining for all year, and it was flooded, and they was floating and doing all this and stuff, in spite of the storm, in the midst of the storm, Noah still kept his faith. He kept his eye on God. He kept his eye on the promise. Not only did he keep his eye on the promise, but he kept his faith on God. And when he took out the coverings of the ark, he had discovered that there was dry land. And it's like, ain't nothing different, ain't nothing better than the feeling of your promise being fulfilled. You know what I'm saying? You can have faith, but when you finally step into your promised land, there's no better feeling than when you step into your promised land. Like, you just imagine how Noah felt. Because God had already gave him the promise. He had already fulfilled the promise. But guess what? Noah was sheltered. He was isolated in the ark with his family, which a lot of people thought he was crazy when he was gathering the animals. Y'all, my bad. My video had got cut off. But like I was saying, people were thinking Noah was crazy when he was gathering the people and the children. I'm asking, I need to put on some lotion. I just got out the shower, my bad, y'all. He was gathering the children, the animals, and his family and stuff. He was gathering everybody, putting them on the ark. And, my bad. It's too ashy, y'all. He was, but in spite of how crazy he looked, he knew what the word was, what God had spoken to him. And he knew what the promise was. You know what I'm saying? He had already had the promise. God had already had plans on fulfilling the promise. It was already done. And by that time that he had been isolated, sheltered into the ark for so long, and in spite of him being in there so long, Noah still, when the time was ready, That's how you know everything happens according to your purpose, and everything happens in divine timing. And at that divine moment, Noah, he took the coverings out the ark. And when he took the coverings out the ark, he had them discovered that the ocean had receded. It was dry land. It was indication for a new start, new beginnings. I don't know who this word is for, but you're stepping into your new season, new beginnings. You just got to take the coverings off. Don't be afraid, because the promise is already yours. The promise has already been fulfilled. You just got to have enough faith in yourself, not alone yourself, but in God. Once God gives you the word, it's time to go. And that goes to what I was saying earlier in the video. Like, God promoted me to discipleship. I'm claiming I don't know how I'm going to go about doing it. And maybe it's how I'm ministering to y'all on this YouTube. You never know. Like, I don't know. But I know what the Lord told me. And I'm just going to be patient. And I'm just going to be obedient. I'm going to let him order my steps. It's your will for me, Lord. Let it be done. I'm comfortable. I'm obedient. I'm committed and submitted. What you say goes. And that was the same way Noah was. The same good God that we had, that was around when Noah then was around, that was fulfilling promises. It's the same God we serve today. That's the same loving and generous and honest God we have now. Like, so don't be afraid to just take that step. Just like the people in our generation. You know what I'm saying? You got to get back in the field. You got to step back outside. Yeah, God did isolate you at an appointed time. But now at this moment, it's time for you to step back out. It's time for you to step into your promised land. The time is now. You should rejoice right now. You should rejoice right now and just be glad. Because it's time. You did the work. You was obedient. You spreaded the word. I don't know who I'm talking to, but the Lord laid it on me to have this word with you. It's time to get back in the field. It's time to step back out. Into your new promise. Don't worry about what the world looked like before isolation. Because this is what God has prepared for you. It's better than you can ever imagine. It's better than you could ever imagine. It's time to get back out there. Step into your promised land. The storm is over. It's over now. Don't get me started. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now. And just like Noah, no more cloudy days. They're all gone. But Noah was confident enough to open the coverings of the ark. Noah didn't know what it was going to look like out there. He didn't know. But he know what God has promised him. He know what God had promised to him. And he knew at an appointed time, once he took the covering off, God had already promised to preserve him and his family through the floods and the storms. And he did. He did just that. God is so faithful. He's so true. God is not a man that shall lie. So if God gives you the promise, you better believe he's going to fulfill it. But he's going to do it in his own divine timing. You just got to trust him. You got to be obedient. And You got to trust him. And then, like, you got to consider this too, like, had Noah not taken the covering of the ark, this apply to you too. If you don't get back in the field, you wouldn't know. If you don't step back out and take that leap of faith, you would not know what God is going to do with you. You would not know. You won't even see your promise if you don't get out there and grab it and claim your promise. I ain't even got to hoop and holler because I don't know, like, this is simple form. It's plain. It's simple. I'm not going to get too deep. You just got to do like Nike. Lace it up and just do it. I don't know what the calling is. Maybe that book you've been procrastinating. You've been saying, I'm going to write a book. I'm going to write a book. And you write that book. Maybe you, like me, make these videos. Put out that content. Don't worry about the fancy things you might think you need. Don't worry about all that. God said don't worry about all that. It's covered. Put yourself out there. Take the coverings off. Step into your promised land. Step into the dry land. And make a new living. Make a new beginnings. New beginnings. Don't look at what was going on a year and some change ago. Don't look at what was going on a few months ago, a few days ago, a few weeks ago. Everybody have a point in time. And everybody experienced the wilderness. Everybody experienced isolation. Don't worry about what you experienced before isolation. Don't look at what you experienced during isolation. I don't know who I'm talking to. Post them pictures of you doing hair and makeup. They want to see you. Don't worry about being better than everybody else. Because what's for you is for you and can't nobody take that away from you. You're gonna prosper. Don't worry about what A, B, C, and D doing. Don't worry about them. Don't worry about Keisha and all them. Worry about self. Apply for that job. You think you ain't qualified. But guess what? You might not qualify on paper, but God has qualified you. If God said it, then it's so. If God laid it on your heart to apply for that job, apply for it. It's already yours. It's time for you to step into a new promise. The pay is way out your limits, and it exceeded your limits of its expectations. God said do it. Just like my pastor said, when God speaks, we all ought to listen. Be obedient in this season and watch just what God will do. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. It ain't even too much that I can say. I need y'all to drop in the comments. New beginnings. New beginnings. New beginnings. Drop it in the comments. If you made it this far in this video, drop it in the comments. New beginnings. From the flood to new beginnings. The storm is over. Make sure you like, share, comment. Share it with a friend. If you feel like a friend need to hear what I'm saying, If you feel like right now, it don't seem like it's for me, send it to your friend. And maybe like later on down the line, this video will resurface in your mental. Probably not on the internet, or it gonna be on the internet, but it ain't gonna be, it gonna be in your mental. I hope this word reside with you internally forever, like later on. If it don't reach you right now, I want it to reach you later on. If it ain't for you, it's for a friend. Send it to your friends. Put it in your group chat. Even if you place it in the group chat to be funny, put it in the group chat. Because I'm talking to somebody. I know I'm not just talking to myself. Y'all have a blessed day. I love y'all. Don't be no strangers. It's all peace, love, and positivity over here. It's kingdom business over here.